Hi guys, and welcome to the 2023 edition of the Matrix Test, the annual Transformers quiz that I write and host at UK convention TFNation. This quiz is made up of 35 questions across 5 rounds. You can play it on your own, or you can get your Transformers friends together and tackle it as a team, or compete against each other. But however you choose to play, grab yourself a pen and a piece of paper, and we'll begin. Round 1 is the connections round. There are 5 questions in this round and you're going to have 40 seconds to answer each one. You'll see 4 names or places or things from Transformers lore appear on screen one after the other, and you just have to figure out what they have in common. You'll hear a 3-second countdown before and after each question, and then it's straight on to the next one. So, here we go. Instant Immobilizer, Anti-Transfixation Grenade, Negavator, and the Dinobots. What links those 4 things? Question 2. Buster, Police, Rocket, and Rage. Question 3. Aaron Archer, Samantha Lomo, Penelope Sutton, and Nino Sexton. Question 4. Solomon, Prowl, Icebird, and Nightshade. What do these 4 characters have in common? And lastly, question 5. Lickety-split, Roadblock, Cryotech, and Quickslinger. That's it for round 1. Now it's time for round 2, which is named Rhyme Time. In this round, you'll see a picture of a Transformers character and a text clue describing a second character. You have to name both the characters, and the trick is that their names rhyme. Here we go. The female clone of Starscream from Transformers Animated. Identify the bot in the picture, and the female clone of Starscream from Transformers Animated. Identify them. Their name rhymes with the name of the character in the picture. Identify them both. Question 2. This Autobot medic once had the nickname Cool Hand Lube. Question 3. This Decepticon medic served under Starscream in IDW's Robots in Disguise comic. Question 4. In Japan, Jetfire from Transformers Cybertron was known by what name? Jetfire had a different name in the Japanese version of Cybertron. What was that name? Question 5. This heroic fire engine was the first toy released in the 1, 2, 3 Transformers line. That's round 2 over. Next is round 3, sequences. Here, you're going to see 3 names appear one after the other in a specific order. You have to figure out what the order is, and you have to identify what comes fourth in the sequence. You don't need to write down what the sequence is, just put the 4th entry in the list. This round's a little trickier, so here we go with question 1. Tigatron, Black Arachnia, Air Razor, and who comes fourth in that sequence? Tigatron, Black Arachnia, Air Razor, and Question 2. Classics. Henke. Universe, and what comes forth? Question 3. What I've done. New divide. Iridescent, and what's the fourth in that sequence? Question 4. Battle for the spark. The Unicron battles. The Power Links battles. And what comes forth in that sequence? What are those three things, and what comes forth in that sequence? And lastly, question 5. Machine Man. Matt and the Cat. Chromobots. And what is fourth in this last sequence? Round 4 I call compound words. Like round 2, you're going to see a picture of a character and a text clue describing another character. Now here, the trick is that the name of the character in the picture ends with the same sound or syllable that the name of the character described by the text clue starts with. And you have to smash the two answers together to make one compound word. This one's a little trickier to explain with just words, so here's an example to spell it out for you. Now, the bot in this picture is Lockdown from Age of Extinction. And the bot described in the text clue, the Omnibot who transforms into a Celica Supra sports car, is Downshift. So the answer is Lock, Down, Shift. You getting it? Okay, here's another example. In the picture is Rack and Ruin from Cyberverse, and the combined form of the commandos from Robots in Disguise is Ruination. So the answer is Rack and Ruination. You got it? Then let's go. In Transformers Earthspark, this gentle Terran had trouble picking an alt mode. Question 2. In Transformers Armada, Sideways' Minicon partners are Rook and who? Who's Sideways' other Minicon partner? Question 3. This Decepticon Pretender transforms into a seagoing hovercraft. Question 4. Megatron's mentor in IDW's 2019 comic series. Question 5. The defender of the Argon Sea from Transformers Cyberverse. And our final round, round 5, is called Bot or Not. This round is made up of 15 questions and you only have 10 seconds for each one. You're going to see 15 names and you just have to tell me if they're the name of a Transformer or not. Some of them are going to sound like Transformers, some of them aren't. But you just have to write true or false or yes or no or Y or N if you think they are a Transformer or aren't. And if you're playing against your friends, there's also a special tiebreaker question at the end of this round. So here we go with the final round. Sky Saber. Checker Road. Wedge Shape. Night Ranger. Crunch. Triple Jim. JD Red Knight. Joe. Gareth. Alan. Zorilor. Solardine. Turbo. Weirdwing. And finally, Earthbreaker. Now it's our tiebreaker question. This is a Price is Right style question. To the nearest 1,000, how many tons can Generation 1 Omega Supreme lift? In Price is Right style rules, nearest one wins without going over. If you go over, you lose. But you're really only going to need this question if you're playing with friends. And that is the end of the Matrix Test 2023. Take a moment to collect yourselves, and now let's look at some answers. Okay, round 1, the connections round. Question 1, the instant immobilizer, the anti-transfixation grenade, the negavator, and the Dinobots are all things invented by Wheeljack. The instant immobilizer from the Generation 1 episode, the immobilizer, the anti-transfixation grenade from the Autobot run, the negavator from Auto Berserk, and the Dinobots. The Dinobots speak for themselves, we all know the Dinobots. Question 2, Buster, Police, Rocket, and Rage can all be preceded by Road. Road Buster, the Generation 1 Wrecker, Road Police, a Micromaster from Japan who forms part of the Combiner 6 Turbo, Road Rocket, the Generation 2 Laser Cycle, who just recently got a new toy in the Velocitron series, and Road Rage, the red repaint of Trax. Question 3, Aaron Archer, Samantha Lomo, Penelope Sutton, and Nino Sexton are all the real names of the Society of Ultimate Villainy, the human supervillains from Transformers Animated. Solomon, Prowl, Icebird, and Nightshade are all owls. Nightshade from Transformers Earthspark. Icebird is one of the mutants from the Beast Wars line who transforms from an owl into a polar bear. Transmetal 2 Prowl from Beast Wars as well. And Solomon is the pet owl of the magician Beort from the G1 episode A Decepticon Raider in King Arthur's Court, because I couldn't think of a fourth owl. And lastly for this round, Lickety Split, Roadblock, Cryotech, and Quickslinger are all names taken from other Hasbro brands. These names originated in other Hasbro toy lines and were then used in Transformers lines. Lickety Split is a female Autobot from Transformers Animated whose name originated in My Little Pony. Roadblock is a Generation 1 Pretender whose name comes from G.I. Joe. Cryotech, a blue recolor of Transmetal 2 Megatron, whose name comes from Visionaries. And Quickslinger is a Transformers Collectors Club character whose name is taken from Hasbro's very short-lived tabletop role-playing action figure line, Zevos. Round 2, Question 1. In the picture is Darkscream from Robots in Disguise, and the female clone of Starscream is Slipstream, so it's Darkscream and Slipstream. Question 2. In the picture is Hatchet, one of the Dreads from Dark of the Moon. So you'll immediately figure out, if you hadn't already, that the medic nicknamed Cool Hand Lube is Ratchet. He had that nickname in Bob Budiansky's original bio for him. Question number 3. In the picture is Landmine from Transformers Energon. And the Decepticon medic is Flatline, Landmine, and Flatline. In question 4, the picture shows not Drift, as you might think at first glance, but his Decepticon alter ego Deadlock from Transformers Cyberverse. While in Japan, Cybertron Jetfire was called Dreadrock, Deadlock, and Dreadrock. And for the last question in this round, in the picture is Scissor Boy from Beast Wars 2nd, the Japanese character based on the American toy called Power Pinch. And 123 Transformers was a preschool toy line from the early 2000s, the heroic fire engine in question being named Rescue Roy. Scissor Boy and Rescue Roy. Round 3, question 1. Tigatron, Black Arachnia, Air Razor, and the fourth entry is Inferno, because these are simply the occupants of the stasis pods from Beast Wars in the order that they appeared. Question 2. Classics, Henkei, Universe, and Generations, because these are the 4 parts of the acronym CHUG that we use to refer to modernized Generation 1 toys. Classics, Henkei, Universe, Generations, CHUG. Question 3. What I've Done, New Divide, Iridescent, and the fourth entry is Battle Cry, because these are the theme songs of the live-action movies. The first 3 by Linkin Park, but the last one, Battle Cry, by Imagine Dragons. Question 4. Battle for the Spark, the Unicron battles, the Power Lynx battles. The fourth one in this sequence is Primus Unleashed, because this is a list of Transformer toy line subline imprints. That's the name we give to when, in its late stages, a toy line undergoes a refresh, getting a new subtitle and a new packaging design. Battle for the Spark was the subline refresh of Beast Machines. The next toy line, Robots in Disguise, didn't have one. Then Unicron Battles was the Armada subline. The Power Lynx Battles was Energon's subline imprint, and Primus Unleashed was Cybertron's. Lastly, question 5, Machine Man, Matt and the Cat, Chromobots, and the fourth entry is Robo Capers, because these are the backup strips from the original Marvel UK Generation 1 comic. Round 4, question 1, in the picture is Clawjaw from Beast Wars, and the Terran from Earthspark is Jawbreaker, so the answer is Clawjaw Breaker. Question 2, in the picture is Landcross, the combined form of the Multiforce from Transformers Victory, and Sideways' second Minicon partner in Armada was named Crosswise, so it's Landcrosswise. Question 3, in the picture you'll see Spud Muffin from BotBots, and the Decepticon pretender is Finback, so the answer is Spud Muffinback. Question 4, the picture shows Swelter, one of the 2 Minicon partners of Razorpaw from Robots in Disguise 2015, and Megatron's mentor from IDW's comics was Termagax, so the answer is Sweltermagax. And lastly in this round, the picture shows Steam Hammer from Power Core Combiners, and the defender of the Argon Sea from Transformers Cyberverse is Hammerbite, Steam Hammer Bite. And our final round, round 5, Bot or Not, are these guys Transformers? Question 1, Sky Saber. No, Sky Saber is a character from the Brave series, the Brave fighter of legend, Dagarn. Question 2, Checker Road. Yes, that's the name given to the Japanese release of the Turbomaster Hurricane. Question 3, Wedge Shape. Yes, Wedge Shape is a Transformer, a Japanese store-exclusive recolor of the Transformers Classics Minicon Dreadwing. Night Ranger is not a Transformer, he's a GoBot. Crunch is a Transformer, he's a Micromaster, a generic original character Micromaster created for Dreamwave's Micromasters comic book miniseries, who dies in his first appearance. Triple Jim is not a Transformer, he's from the Japanese toy line and cartoon Machine Robo Revenge of Kronos. JD Red Knight is a Transformer, a Chinese exclusive repaint of Age of Extinction Galvatron. Joe, if you're up to date on your basics watching, you know Joe is a Transformer, he's one of the Micromaster trains who make up the combiner Six-Liner. Gareth is not a Transformer, he's a Transformers parody character from John Allison's webcomic Steeple. Alan, again, if you're up on your basics, you know Alan is another of the Six-Liner Micromaster trains. Zorilor, Always thought this name didn't sound like a Transformer, but he is one. He is a Skunkticon from Robots in Disguise 2015. Solardyne is not a Transformer. They're from the McDonald's Commandrons toy line. Turbo. You might be thinking of the GoBot Turbo, but Turbo is a Transformer. That was the name of one of the Bat-Robo Transformers that were released as part of Estrella's Brazilian exclusive Transformers toy line. Weirdwing. This one's not a Transformer. This one is another GoBot. And Earthbreaker really sounds like he wants to be a Transformer, but he's not. He's a Zybot. And our tiebreaker question to the nearest 1,000, how many tons can Generation 1 Omega Supreme lift? He can lift 300,000 tons. So if you find yourself in a tiebreaker situation with your friends, whoever got the closest to that without going over it wins. If you went over, you lose. And that's the end of the Matrix Test 2023. I hope you had fun playing this year's quiz. The winning score at the convention was a very impressive 33 out of 35. So let me know in the comments if you can beat that.